Hey guys, hope you guys are doing good today. In the background, you're going to see me doing a submission for the competition for the Howard Hemsworth Monthly Challenge. We're animating quadrupeds. I'm pretty much doing horses, and I figured since I wanted to do the story of me animating the lands in between in Elden Ring, I figured why not animate myself riding on Torrent. So that's what you're going to see me animating in the background. In this video though, I want to talk about Tmnt. Specifically because there's a new movie coming out. Honestly, it looks pretty okay. It looks pretty good. The special effects and everything looks pretty alright. I want to talk about everything building up to that. I don't know if you guys remember the 2003 and 2004 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The one where it had that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one. That's what I started watching. It was fucking awesome. It was phenomenal. There was so many character developments in that. In that one, Leonardo's like, he's the strongest out of them in that group, at least in that variation. He just goes around just like, he's pretty badass. Like, they show some pretty crazy stuff. I think my favorite character dynamic in that whole entire show would have to be Casey Jones and April O'Neil. I think that's the most accurate representation I've ever seen in any format besides the comics. Movie format wise, they just roll off each other so well, and you just see this lovely character dynamic between those two. Honestly, you don't really see a whole lot of that in the new ones. It's just weird. It's just like, it doesn't got that pizzazz. It doesn't got that extra fling to it that I would like. Then there's also the 2011, 2010? It's the 3D TMNT. That one has my favorite character story arc between the brothers. Like, their dynamic is so crazy. Yes, granted, some of the plot lines are the plot line itself to get them to like certain situations is pretty weird. I think Jax Blade said it best. Jax Blade's a YouTuber. You should guys go check him out. He does videos about how it work out like an anime pro. And he was saying, yeah, I could see how he was pretty much saying that there'd be a better way to go about having Leonardo and Raphael fight. Because in the end, it's like, there's okay, in every variation, Leonardo and Raphael always butt heads because Leo doesn't like his, obviously he's the leader. Raphael does not want to be led by anybody. He wants to do his own thing. In this one, it comes to head super hard. Like, they fight, and it's crazy. Like, two of the best fighters in the team are head-to-head with one another. It's just insane. You see why he doesn't want to be, like, Raphael doesn't want to be led. I love the Brooklyn accent, by the way. Fucking whoever voiced Raph and the one in the 2003 one, fucking love it. Phenomenal. You see it come to head, like, because Leo leaves to go on a trip and he's going off to become a better leader. Raph holds down New York while he's gone. As soon as he comes back, he's like, wow, we need to get rid of this vigilante and stuff like that. And it just comes out of nowhere. It's very odd. It's very odd-putting, but it can be easily overlooked because it's a very cherished memory in my childhood of seeing them fight. It's just crazy to see how they just react to one another because Raph pushes it really far. Like, they full-on fight, and he beats Leonardo to the point where he almost kills him, and you can see the realization of he was dead ass fighting seriously against his brother, like trying to take his life type deal, and he realizes it. You just no words at all. You just see from his facial expression that he fucked up. He crossed a line he really shouldn't have, and he ran hella far away. He was scared. He fucked up. He realized he was in the wrong. Eventually, Leonardo gets jumped because he loses katanas after the fight with Raph, and he's just too exhausted. He just gets fucking bodied by these stone bitches, and it's wild to see how that happens, and it's crazy. In the end, they show that they really do need each other, and he really wants to be a team. It just shows. Raphael is my favorite character in all of the games and all the shows and stuff. Raph is just my favorite character because I used to have a hot temper when I was growing up, same like he did, and he always had my favorite color, red. I always loved him. I loved his Brooklyn accent. It was amazing. The first live adaptation of the movies where you see the trench coat with the Raph, that one was awesome as well because that was mainly a Raphael movie. It was mainly Raph centered and based around him. He just wanted to be accepted in the human world, just live because he's a teenager. They're all teenagers. They just want to be accepted, and it's very ostracizing when people just see you as like a freak or a monster. And I can relate to that because I was moving around the US a lot and I couldn't hold on to as many friends as I wanted to, unfortunately, so it kind of sucked. And it was very, very weird to see that in format, but it was very good too because I related to it so much, and it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. They also had a video game on the Xbox for the 2003, 2005 movie. Dude, show. It was fucking good. It was real fucking good. I loved it. It was phenomenal. It was just good. And the new live adaptation movies, those ones I don't like. Okay, like the character designs were they pretty cool. I could see some of their character built in there, but like the story plot line and the dynamic with the brothers, not really the best. The first one was kind of it was whatever. Like, there was no struggle, and it was, some of the actions was stupid, like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Raphael, but then he fucking steps on his shell and walks away. I'm like, bro, what? You didn't kill him then. It just didn't make any sense the first one. Second one, they got better at it, but it was still missing that pizzazz because it was more Mikey focused. Mikey wanted to be the one where it was like, instead of Raph being the one that wanted to be accepted by people, it was Mikey this time. And Mikey wanted to go out. He was out in the Halloween town doing all his, and he just wanted to be accepted. But people, it's just hard for him. It's hard for people to accept freaks and weirdos. People like, they don't like people don't like what they don't understand. It's unfortunate. You see that throughout the story, like when they get the ooze, because Mikey's the one that wants to go back to turning into human. Raph's more upset the fact that Leonardo lied about it and didn't say, well, he didn't lie, but he kept secrets from his brothers about if they could turn back into humans or not. And he didn't even give them that choice. He's pretty much saying like, look, I'm the leader. I make the decision. You go out and go fuck off. Raph hates that shit, dude. Goes to find the ooze and stuff, Mikey himself. You see it in the police station. Mikey and Raph, they get spotted and they get pointed at gunpoint. They're talked about being freaks and shit. You could see it in Mikey's face, like he's not a freak, like he's just a teenager, he's a kid. You didn't get that satisfaction from him though, like because it was so Mikey oriented that you thought that Mikey was going to be the one that was going to be like the main plot line and stuff like that, like whereas like it was going to mainly based on his character development. But it turned out that Raph was the one that made the final call, destroy the ooze, because Leonardo eventually accepted. He's like, look, it's your guys' decision, I'll go with whatever you guys say, it's your call. Raph decided to do that. And in my opinion, that was a dumb decision because it was mainly focused on Mikey. Mikey was the one that wanted to do it. He wanted to be human. He wanted to have a normal life. Instead, they put the role to Raph. And I was like, well, that was a waste of a character development. So that pissed me off. Then they didn't do anything with Cowboy Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, not Cowboy Bebop. They didn't do anything with Bebop and Rocksteady. That irritated the shit out of me. Fucking Shredder is a bitch. Was it Dr. Wester? Whatever the fuck that guy is. Baxter Stockman. Dr. Baxter Stockman. That guy. I liked his character. Kind of. I still don't like April O'Neil in those iterations. April O'Neil in that one was just a terrible choice for a pick for that one. And the way they picked her, it just wasn't good. It was so stupid. It was fucking dumb. And then the fact Casey Jones was going up against Bebop and Rocksteady, I thought was fucking stupid. I thought was really dumb. And the Krang, I could see the Krang being a final end villain tease at the end of the movie to make a third one. Because honestly, if they had made a third one, I thought it would have been pretty good if they made a third one. Because they were getting really close to cracking the formula down to get the right story for the TMNT Turtles. It was just bad. If you ever read the comics, recently there's a new comic out called The Last Ronin where all the turtles die except for one. They fucked up, their mission was failure. Shredder ended up winning the fight with Karai. Yeah, Karai. It's just all around right. And you sometimes in like a couple of the chapters you have to figure out who that turtle is. They have to take revenge on it because the Foot Clan fucked over the Last Ronin's clan. Dark, gritty themed TMNT story plot lines are fucking awesome. I love them. It's such a good story. With this one, okay, so some people say Seth Rogen, he's a good voice actor. He's got some weird shit that he likes to do. It's kind of weird. I like to separate the person from the work they do. That's how I like to view it. Honestly, he looks pretty decent. I don't like the April O'Neil, the character design. That one looks a little bit weird. It's whatever. Not everything can be perfect. The TMNT Turtles, they look kind of more similar to their actual comic counterparts. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. They just, the special effects look pretty decent. So I don't really like the way they depicted Master Splinter. They always make him look goofy in some of these more recent ones. And it was weird. I don't know. It is what it is, though. It's cool, but that he's voiced by Jackie Chan. I'll give him that. That's pretty decent. Oh, there's also the other one, the 2018 TMNT one that I forgot about. Oh my, the fight choreography is fucking phenomenal. And then they blew it out the park by making a movie for it because the characters, and then they added Casey Jones in that shit. Whew. Chills, bro, chills. You guys should go watch that. That's a pretty good depiction of it too. Because at first I didn't fuck with it because Raphael was the leader, and that didn't really make any sense because that ruins the whole character dynamic of Leo and Raph. But in the movie and at the end of the series of the show, they switch it up to where Leo is actually the leader, and he has to put on the responsibility of the role as being leader. And Raph guides him through that. He's like, look, man, you can't be all like chilled, laid back. You're responsible for us. You need to take care of us. It's just an interesting story of how to see how that works. So hopefully this new movie that Seth Rogen is talking about is good. Hopefully. I don't know if it is or not. but hopefully it is. With that, I'm gonna let you guys go. If you guys like what I had to say, like, comment, subscribe if you really liked what I had to say. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'll let you guys go. Bye.